The good. The bad. The ugly.
Hello guys, this is Max Forte here to talk to you today about the house of Tom Ford, one of my favorite houses of all time. Over here, it's basically a good, bad, and ugly video, an idea that I pretty much took from Mark Robes. Oh wait, Mark, how you doing, buddy? I hope you don't mind me doing this. So basically, 2007, the originals were Amber Absolute, Bois Rouge, Black Violet, Jardin Noir, Moss Britches, Moss Breche, Noir de Noir. Then we had Oud Wood, Purple Patchouli, Tobacco Vanille, Tuscan Leather, Velvet Gardenia. 2008, they released Italian Cypress. Then we had 2009, the White Musk collection. This is White Suede. Then we had also in 2009 Arabian Wood and Bois Marocain. Then in 2010, the contradictory and not so liked Azure Lime, arguably one of the worst releases of the house. 2011, some solid releases: Lavender Palm, Neroli Portofino, Santal Blush, and Jasmine Rouge. Then they did the 2012, they did the Jardin Noir line, which I have a couple here. I have Ombre Hyacinth, and I have Cafe Rose, which is a really good scent. And then from the Atelier d'Orient, 2013 Atelier d'Orient, I have Plum Japanese and Shanghai Lily, 4 ml decant there. From the Oud line, I have a decant of Oud Fleur and Tobacco Oud, which is my favorite of that line. And then last but not least, 2013, we have London exclusive from the UK, which I did a review on it. So this is pretty much, guys, are the releases from Tom Ford. Obviously there's other ones that I don't have, but for the most part, to do a good, bad, and the ugly, I have smelled all of them that have been released up to this point, except for the newer ones, 2014 edition ones I haven't been able to get my nose on. But these here, I'll be able to give you a good, bad, and ugly on this house from what I have at this point. So stay tuned. So I'll give you a quick rundown on these scents, guys. So Amber Absolute is discontinued. It's an oriental fragrance, very smoky, very incensey, tons of amber, obviously, and you know, it's a phenomenal scent. If you like amber, this is dark, it's smoky, it's incensey, and it'll turn heads. It's very unique. Next up we have Bois Rouge. Bois Rouge is a scent that is very enigmatic. It's a scent that it's rather mysterious, not very common, very hard to find. It's obviously discontinued. It's an oriental woody. It's got leather, amber, vetiver, but it's a really nice combination. If you like Jardin Noir, definitely have to check Bois Rouge. I love them both. I tend to wear Jardin Noir a little bit more A second bottle of Jardin Noir right now. Bois Rouge, I've only had this bottle, but I love them both. Bois Rouge is probably a little more woodsy than Jardin Noir, which is a lot more incensier. But they're both phenomenal scents. Then we'll talk about Black Violet. Black Violet is described by many by saying that it smells like Fruit Loops. Don't know about that. Black Violet is a very intriguing scent, to say the least. You'll have beautiful, beautiful scent. The way it opens up, you have some nice florals. It's a sheep floral, so you get some nice florals. You get some dried fruity notes. It's got a nice violet note that's quite prominent, gives us a nice backbone, and it's very unique. The dry down, you get pretty much woodsy notes and oak moss. So the dry down is quite close to the skin. It's a very nice fragrance, and I think I'll be doing a review on it soon, full-fledged review, because I don't think anyone did it. Jardin Noir, it's very incensey, very dark, very mysterious, great scent. Definitely one that's underrated and should be talked about a lot more from the house, I believe. It's definitely one of my favorites. Again, I usually wear this when it's cold out because it's just very intriguing. It's dark, very sensual, you know, but it's definitely not for your everyday use, and also because it's discontinued, so it's not something that you can find all the time. It's got a little bit of animalic note to it, but it's very subdued. It's not in your face, so it's really, really a nice one to try, guys. Next up, we have Moss Bresh. Moss Bresh, other than the fact that it's discontinued, it's a sheep, it's nothing extraordinary and unique. It's a little bit aromatic. It's got some spices, it's woodsy, it's got the bee wax, it's really strong there. Dry down, you're going to get some benzoin, and you get some patchouli. It's definitely not one of the best from the house. So, you know, you're not missing much if you haven't smelled that. And definitely not worth $400+ because it's discontinued. It's not that great. Next, we'll talk about the infamous Noir de Noir, which for a while there, it became quite popular and gained a lot of popularity on YouTube fragrance community. It's a very nice sheep. You have the beautiful chocolate truffles with the rose, the saffron, the vanilla, the oud. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It's very nice for your dating scent, your close encounters, or Valentine's Day. Beautiful scent. Probably one of the top ones from the house. Speaking of which, another top one from the house, wood. You can't talk enough about wood. Wood is a scent that it's oriental woody. It's got beautiful notes of oud, amber, Brazilian rosewood, tonka bean, vetiver. I mean, it's beautiful from top to bottom. The way it dries down is phenomenal. You know, it's a great scent. It's definitely a great scent. Wood gets a lot of love. It's very common, and for good reason. It's one of the best in the house. Next up, we'll talk about Purple Patchouli. Purple Patchouli is a scent that is, to say the least, very mysterious, intriguing, and not easy to wear. It's quite weird. It's a floral woody musk, balsamic, amber. It's got flowers in there, vetiver. It's weirdly blended. It's very unique. I'll give a lot of props to this fragrance for uniqueness. If you want something unique, you want something to stand out and be different, definitely check this one out. It's hard to describe, but it's I like it, but it's not something that I would wear every day. It's just very, very intriguing and unique. Be prepared to turn some heads if you wear this one. Next up is the only one that I have a 100 ml bottle of. It's Tobacco Vanille. Decided to keep a 100 ml bottle of that one because it's so good. It's definitely one of the ones that I find it easier to wear, especially when it's cold out. You know, it's the one that I wear the most when the weather's cold from the line, or at least the one I've been wearing the most for the past, 5+ years. So I do enjoy this a lot. And what I have to say about Tobacco Vanille is, what's been said before. It's a masterpiece. Beautiful scent, and it's so much a masterpiece that a lot of companies have copied it. Whether they perfect it or not, it's to each its own. But it's been done. The Bac Rouge, you have, there's tons of, copied fragrances that are compared to this. A little bit compared to Spice Bomb, Eau de Beau, Bac Rouge that I mentioned, a more refined, if you will, version, Harrod. So, it's been done. It's been copied. So it is a staple in my collection, and I think in anyone's collection likes this fragrance. Next up, we'll talk about Tuscan Leather. This one's been getting phenomenal attention from the fragrance community over the past couple years, year and a half or so. Like, tremendous attention. There's a lot of copy fragrances out there to this one too. Just to name a few: Golden Boy, Golden Dolphin. It's been phenomenally copied because it's for a reason. It's a great fragrance. It's got tremendous attention in the Fracom, and it is a great fragrance. It's awesome fragrance. I love it. You get that beautiful raspberry leather note with the saffron, embellished by woodsy notes, amber, and suede. There's nothing else to say. And then we have Velvet Gardenia. Velvet Gardenia is another fragrance that it's very intriguing to say the least. It's got that, it's oriental floral, it's got a classic note, beeswax, honey, incense. It's got, what makes this stand out to me and why I love it so much, Velvet Gardenia, is because it's got a beautiful plum note and a very nice rose in the mid. So when you wear this fragrance for the first hour and a half or so, when it gets into the mid notes, you're going to get beautiful notes, and I love the way it transitions from the top notes to, because the top notes of this, it's really kind of plasticky. I think the gardenia with the orange gives you that weird vibe, but when it starts to transition for the hour and a half until the first 5 hours or so of this fragrance, it's a phenomenal fragrance. I love it. That's Velvet Gardenia. And then we'll talk about Italian Cypress. Italian Cypress, released in 2008, is a solid fragrance. If you like Polo Green, it's definitely a more mature scent. It's not for your every person out there that doesn't appreciate something that's a little bit, more mature. You'll definitely get that vibe with this. So, it's compared to Polo Green, it's compared to Halston, I believe Z14, if I'm not mistaken. So it is in the mature side. So if you don't appreciate more mature, it's also compared to Eau de Gentile Blanche by Hermes. I do appreciate this scent. It's got mint, it's got basil, it's got citrus up top, and then woodsy notes at the bottom, and it dries down with Italian Cypress. I really enjoy this fragrance, guys. If I'm wearing a suit and a tie, going to a meeting, and I want to wear something chic and classy and elegant, I usually choose Italian Cypress. Don't wear that much, but I do wear it sometimes. Then we'll get to these guys right here. 2009 releases. White Suede is the only one that I bought from the White Musk line. White Suede is pretty much a lighter version of Tuscan Leather. It's this little broader, if you will. But it is phenomenal. You won't get as much strength, and it won't be as potent as far as projection. as Tuscan leather, but it is a very nice fragrance, and it's a good option to Tuscan leather. Again, if you find Tuscan leather to be a little bit too strong, this is a good option. Then we have Arabian Wood. Arabian Wood, again, it's another clean, soapy, more of a mature scent. You know, if you don't like those clean, soapy, mature scents, definitely stay away from Arabian Wood. You know, this is a woody sheep. You know, what I could think about a comparison right now, I really can't think about anything to compare to, but it's going to be like those more mature scents, Arabian Wood. But it is nice. I do enjoy it. Next one, we have Bois Marocain. Bois Marocain is also a great scent from the house. It's something that it's a woody and spicy. It's, I think, very underrated from the house. You get a lot of incense. You get tuja, which is a note that I don't see quite often. You get a lot of pepper, pink pepper, black pepper, vetiver, some patchouli. It's very well blended, guys. This particular scent, I think, should have gotten a little bit more, you know, attention from the fragrance community. Definitely unisex and definitely one to be had. I really enjoy Bois Marocain. I think it's really underrated. Champagne Absolute, I don't think it was bottle worthy for me. It's got a lot of flowers in there, and to me, when a fragrance becomes too floral, it just doesn't do very well with my body chemistry. This is an Oriental floral. It's got a maroon glacé bottom note, some amber, a lot of flowers. The top notes, you know, I enjoy. You know, when you first spray it, you get a nice cognac vibe, you know, very boozy. But then when it starts to get into the mid notes and the base notes, it just turns me away. But it's not horribly done. It's a very nice fragrance. It's a solid release. Just not good for my body chemistry. That was, you know, Champagne Absolute. And then we have one here, released in 2010, that's Azure Lime. Azure Lime is arguably one of the worst releases by the house. People don't appreciate this fragrance. It doesn't get love. It gets a lot of hate. You know, I've yet to see a review that someone will say that this is a phenomenal release, because it's not. It's really not a phenomenal release. It's a release that was, I believe, you know, it's almost like, you know, creators get lazy and they just want to release something for the summer. This is, it's considered a floral woody musk. I mean, you get a lot of musk at the dry down. You get some woods, you know, and it's got some florals and citrus, lots of citrus. You know, I don't love this fragrance, but I don't hate it. I just, again, I think the perfumier probably, you know, the creators got a little bit lazy to release something like this from Tom Ford Private Blend. I think Private Blend, when you think about Private Blend, you think about things that are unique, outstanding, and extraordinary. And this is definitely not unique, outstanding, or extraordinary fragrance. So definitely a pass, guys. You know, don't waste the dough on Azure Lime when you can get other fragrances that'll do the same for much less money. So that's Azure Lime. Next up, we'll talk about the releases of 2011. 2011, I think it was a solid year. I mean, you have Lavender Palm, Neroli Portofino, Santal Blush, and Jasmine Rouge. I think all these releases from 2011 are very solid ones. And I'll start talking about Lavender Palm. Lavender Palm, you know, for those of you who enjoy lavender, a creamy lavender, you cannot go wrong with Lavender Palm, guys. I enjoy Lavender Palm very much. I think it's a solid release from the house. It's an aromatic scent. I mean, you get citrus from the top, you obviously get lavender. Besides the lavender, you get some floral notes at the mid, and then the bottom, you're going to get some olibanum, you get some oak moss and vetiver, but it's very well blended. It's very creamy, very tastefully done, and it's something that it's definitely unisex, but if you like lavender, it's a must-have. I won't talk much about it because, again, it's not a full review and I'm already running late here with minutes. Neroli Portofino, you know, it's a beautiful fragrance for the time right now. Spring, summer, when the weather's hot, anything above 70 degrees, this thing will shine. You know, think of original vetiver from Creed. Think of Thierry Mugler's cologne, you know, the green juice. Think of those citrus aromatic fragrances. That's what you get here in the Rolli Portofino. The Rolli Portofino is a beautiful fragrance. Definitely something that will shine in this weather. Very citrus, aquatic, very aromatic, beautiful fragrance. Next up we have Santal Blush. Santal Blush is a fragrance that I think gets, you know, doesn't get much love. It's compared to, by many, by Marc Jacobs Men. It's got that kind of vibe. It's a oriental woody. You get a lot of spices, cinnamon from the top. Then you get some florals in the mid, and then it dry down. You get some oud, some benzoin, and some musk, and more woods. You know, again, compared to Marc Jacobs, compared to Sacred Wood by Kilian. You know, it's a nice fragrance. Even Gucci Rush for men. If you like Gucci Rush for men, you'll love Santal Blush. Again, I think it's underrated. I think it's deserving of a little bit more love. It's very nice fragrance, and you get good longevity and very nice projection with this one. And then I think probably the most unique and probably the best from the 2011 releases, Jasmine Rouge. Jasmine Rouge is a very beautiful scent. Definitely unisex. It is strong, especially in the opening. Jasmine Rouge is a beautiful scent, guys. If you're looking for something that's floral but it's done right, this Oriental floral will not disappoint you. You got some ginger, you got some cinnamon, some black pepper, some mandarin oranges at the top. So the opening is strong, it's loud, it's in your face, and you get some florals in the mid notes to give it the floral backbone. And then the dry down is just beautiful. You're gonna get some woodsy notes. You get some leather, vanilla, amber. I mean, it's just beautiful dry down. I think that's when this fragrance really shines. But again, I think it's another one that it's deserving of more love and more attention from the fragrance community, because it is a solid release and it's a beautiful fragrance. If you give it half a chance, you will love this baby, and you'll get a lot of compliments too. And then from the Jardin Noir, I only have two, guys. I have this guy right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's Ombre de Hyacinth. It's very herbal. It's definitely not something for everyday use. It's not something that I think a lot of you will enjoy. It's very floral, very herbal, and a little bit of zonic, a lot of benzoin. Not one of my favorites. It's okay if you can get a tester to see if you'll like it, but it's just too weird and too strong for my taste. I'm going to have Cafe Rose. It's just a matter of time before I get a full bottle of this one. This is a beautiful one. Cafe Rose, I think, was probably the best release, if not the best release from this house, from this segment of the Jardin Noir. It's a chic floral fragrance. You don't get much coffee as you would with like Intense Cafe, for example, from Montel, but you get some coffee. You get lots of roses. You get incense, amber, saffron. I mean, it is very well blended. The dry down is beautiful in this fragrance. Definitely unisex, and definitely check it out, guys. Then from the Atelier line, you know, we have two fragrances here that I'd like to talk to you guys about. And the first one is from the Atelier d'Orient, Plum Japanese. Plum Japanese is a beautiful fragrance, guys. It's compared to by many, another very famous and sought for fragrance, Bond No. 9's Andy Warhol, the one with his face on it. And I do agree, it's very similar. I think it's a little bit more sophisticated, so I like Plum Japanese a little better than the Bond. It's a floral, fruity fragrance. You get plums, which is beautiful. You get saffron. you get cinnamon, you get plum blossom, immortelle, you get vanilla, oud, amber. I mean, this thing's blended beautifully. And you get fir also. Guys, this is a masterpiece. You know, Plum Japanese is a masterpiece. And then we have Shanghai Lily. Shanghai Lily, what can I say about Shanghai Lily, guys? It's very floral. I do appreciate this fragrance, mostly when it dries down. I think the dry down of this fragrance is just beautiful. You know, you get a lot of flowers, but it's not extremely harsh. You know, I think it's done right, and I think you'll appreciate this if you give it a try. It's something that I debated buying because I do appreciate it for what it does. I think that you know, for a floral fragrance, it's something that's really good. But again, I don't really enjoy florals, and it's got some castoreum. It's got some animalic notes that really turn me away. But I mean, it's got cloves, it's got pepper, it has cashmere wood. So I mean, it's very unique. You know, I think you should at least try and see if it works with your skin. It's a solid release. And then from the oud line, this is when they re-released oud wood and apparently reformulated it. I don't have this oud wood, but I do have tobacco oud, which I love, and I have this little decant oud fleur, which I think is very nice too. So, giving you guys my take on a woody, spicy fragrance. Oud, tobacco oud, I think is beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It's a fragrance that you get spices. You get whiskey at the bottom, you get oud, tobacco. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful fragrance. Some people complain about the projection. They don't think it's that strong. In my body, my body skin, from my chemistry, is a beautiful fragrance. I love it. That's why I got the full bottle of it. I'm still testing this one a little bit out, Oud Fleur. I like it, but I like the dry down much better than I like the top notes. It's a woody sheep. It's got oud also, it's got resins, sandalwood, and rose, and patchouli. It is very well blended. The top could be a little bit too much, a little bit too strong, but I do enjoy Oud Fleur, and I think very soon I'll be getting a bottle of it. And last but not least, guys, we have Tom Ford London. I did a full review on that guy. Tom Ford London, it's an exclusive fragrance from England. It's only, you know, what was only released in the UK. It's a woody, spicy fragrance. You get tons of spices. You get pepper. You get coriander. You get coffee. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful fragrance. You get incense, some flowers at the bottom, birch. You get some musk and wood. Very well done, very well made fragrance. You can't go wrong if you like spicy fragrances. You know, especially in the fall. This thing shines like a beast. Guys, this is my take on Tom Ford Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Just giving you a little bit of an overall take on these releases from 2007 and 2013 from what I have, from what I've smelled, from what I thought it was worth having, either a full bottle or a decant of it. Coming up next, I'll give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Stay tuned. Alright guys, just to give you the final on the good, bad, and the ugly. The good, bad, and the ugly, guys. The good, Bass from the House, I'd have to go with none other than Tobacco Vanille. The only reason I go with this is because it's available, it's phenomenal, it's been copied to death by many houses, and it's something that broke the mode when it was, you know, when this thing was released. It was amazing and people loved it, and to this day it's a staple in everyone's collection. So I'd have to go with Tobacco Vanille as the good from this house. The bad, I'll go with Jardin Noir. Again, phenomenal fragrance. I probably would have made this the best from the house, but the fact that it's discontinued, it's hard to find. But it's very unique and it's beautiful and delicious scent, guys. If you can get yourself a bottle or a decant, get a hold of this and you'll know what I'm talking about. And then the ugly will definitely have to be the Ugly Duckling, the bad sibling from the line, Azure Lime, just because it's not unique, it's nothing extraordinary from a line like this, a private blend, a line that it's so, it elegant, so sophisticated. Azure Lime is it's not that. It's not sophisticated. It's not elegant. It's just a simple citrus aquatic fragrance. Nothing great to it. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's another segment of my channel. It's something that it's an idea that was brought to you by Mark Robes08 with you guys. My thoughts on the fragrance that I own by the house. Thank you so much for watching. Please like it, comment, and subscribe. And I'll keep putting new material out, guys. Thank you very much for your support, and you guys have a great weekend. Bye bye.